Hey guys and girls, Miss Griggs here, and we are going to change things up a little bit. Instead of using our Your Turn practice book today, we are going to be using our Envision math book. So you're going to get out your math book and you are going to open it to page 23, and you will find a page that looks just like this with the girl down at the bottom pointing. 23 is the number of the page. All right. Leave it in your book. Don't take it out. I just have it out so that's easy for me to use, but leave it in your book, please. Don't rip it out. Alrighty. First thing that we always do, we go up here where it says name, and with your pencil, you're going to write your first name, making sure that your first letter is a capital and the rest are lowercase. Also making sure that it is sitting on the line, okay? Nothing floating away. Alrighty, after you have your name and your nice, neatest writing in your pencil, remember, I always have to say this, I use a marker so that we can see it really well on the video because the pencil doesn't show up as much. But you, unless we tell you differently, are always going to be using your pencil. All right, so we are reviewing like we do with all our homework. We are reviewing what we have been going over the past couple weeks, and that is the numbers 1, 2, and 3. So the very first thing that my directions tell me down at the bottom are to trace the numbers up here. And I'm going to say them as I trace them. Now, when I trace, I write directly over these dotted lines. Sometimes we call them broken lines or dotted lines. We write directly over them with our pencil, and it helps us to form the numbers correctly. All right, so pretty easy, right? So we're going to take our pencil, make sure that we're holding it correctly, pinching it the way that we're supposed to, and we're going to start up at the top, and it even shows us an arrow, the direction to go when we're writing. And I'm going to go straight down from the top to the bottom, and I'm going to say 1 as I do it. There's one more next to it. I'm going to start right up at the top, go straight down to the bottom, 1. All right, that was it. Pretty easy, huh? I'm going to move over and I'm going to make my 2, and it's given me a dot to start at, and it shows me the direction to go with an arrow. So I'm going to start there, and I'm going to go around and back. Start at the top, go all the way around, touch the bottom, and back. Remember the little rhyme? Around and back on a railroad track. That's how you make a 2, 2, 2. All right, here we go. Around, down to the bottom, and back. And I can say 2, 2 as I'm doing it. That puts it in my brain if I'm writing it and saying it and looking at it at the same time. All right, my next one is a 3. It shows me a dot where to begin, and it shows me the arrow going around. So remember, we can say 3 as we're doing it. Or the way that I like to do it sometimes, remember my little rhyme, around the tree and around the tree. That's how you make a number 3. And it touches the top and the bottom. Okay, so when you've done that tracing, give your fingers a little stretch, and we're going to come down here, and we had plenty of practice tracing them. Now it's our turn. We have to write them ourselves. So our job is to count the objects in each of these little rectangles here, and then right underneath it, we're going to write how many objects are in each little rectangle. So if I count this, if I touch it as I do it, these are little moons. 1, 2. So right underneath it, I have to make a 2. I can always look right up here and remind myself what a 2 looks like. All right, here we go. Touch the top, around and back. There's my 2. Right underneath. All right, if I count the next one, remember I'm going to touch it. Make sure I touch them all so I don't leave any out. 1, 2, 3. I can look up here and see my 3. Around the tree and around the tree. That's how you make a number 3. All right, and my next one, 1, just 1. That's pretty easy. A straight line is fun. That's how you make a number 1 from top to bottom. All right, 2 moons, 3 moons, 1 moon. All right, I have to make sure that these are correct so that it makes sense when it's together. All right, I'm going to move on to my stars. We got the moon, we got the stars, things we see in the sky at night. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3. We make another 3. Here we go. And as we do it, we can say 3. Up here, touch it. 1. Very easy. 1. And my last group of stars here. 1, 2. Time for my 2 again. 2, 2. 2. All righty. And that's all there is to it. Sometimes it can be tricky though, because making numbers can be difficult. But you know what? We are always happy if you do your best work. If you make a mistake, not a big deal. If you were trying your hardest, that's all that matters, okay? And remember, with your pencil, we're not going to be doing a lot of erasing. If you make a mistake, big deal. You just cross it out and try it again right next to it, okay? Don't try to be in a hurry. Go slowly, and I'm sure you'll do just fine. And I can't wait to see it on Thursday.